Okay. Good evening, also good morning. Let us start our evening session. As we usually start, we start with a brief chant in a Metta Sutta. You all can join in with us to chant Metta Sutta, loving friendliness discourse. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk all life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless love and friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment, whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, when awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now have a comfortable seats. Keep your body upright, head. Keep your head straight forward and palms together, right upon left. Take a deep and long breath slowly. Again, take a deep and long breath and let it go slowly. Your mind is relaxing, also your body. Cut off the whole world. There are so many sounds, pictures, feelings, tastes, sensation, accumulations are holding in your mind. Let them go, all these mental objects. Pay attention to this moment. All sounds, pictures, and all these mental objects are disappearing from your mind. The mind is empty. It does not have any past experiences or future plans. Just stay in this moment. This moment is very relaxed, very calm. It does not have any pain, suffering, unhappy thoughts, unwholesome thoughts. Let us use this wonderful opportunity to practice loving kindness meditation, metta meditation. First of all, generate metta to yourself. Scan your whole body, head to toes through your mind. Generate metta to yourself. May I be well, happy and peaceful. You feel wellness, happiness, sorrowlessness, painlessness. Pay full attention to your body and generate metta to yourself. Let us share this metta with others as I am, my family members, friends, relatives, and neighbors be well, happy and peaceful. If you have any unwholesome, unfriendly thoughts of them, use this opportunity to develop your compassion and equanimity along with metta. Let us extend as I am. All living beings in this country, may they be well, happy and peaceful. All living beings on this continent, may they be well, happy and peaceful. All living beings on earth, may they be well, happy and peaceful. All living beings in this galaxy, may they be well, happy and peaceful. Finally, break all the boundaries and limits. Just practice metta to the universe. Humans, non-humans, living near or far, born or coming to birth, all living beings be well, happy and peaceful. Just practice metta to the universe. Being in this metta enhancement, let us practice mindfulness of breathing meditation. Pay full attention to your body, particularly for your inhalation and exhalation. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When you are breathing in, you feel where air is touching. You feel what is happening inside the body. Your lungs, your belly, your nostril, all these places are indicating with your inhalation and exhalation. Keep your mind end of your nostril and watch your natural inhalation and exhalation. Just watch your natural breath. You're not supposed to do it intentionally. Just watch your natural inhalation and exhalation. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. You can see whole process. You can see what is happening when you are breathe in, also breathe out. Painful attention, you can see the nature of your breath. Sometimes short breath, sometimes long breath. When you are inhaling a short breath, understand as a short breath. When you are inhaling a long breath, understand as a long breath. Same as exhaling. Breathe in, breathe out. Painful attention, you can see how important your breath is. This life is depending on breath. When you stop breathing and out, that would be the last moment for this life. Even though the breath is not me, the breath is not mine, the breath is not myself. There is no such a things that we can take as a breath, existing breath. The breath also a process. It is a process. It is changing. The breath is impermanent. It's changing and changing. Rising and falling, rising and falling. With the combination of mentality, materiality, and the breath, you can see a life, living beings. Conventionally, we think there is someone existing, but absolutely nothing existing in here. Everything changing, changing and changing. So the breath also impermanent, which is impermanent, that is full with suffering, which is full of suffering and impermanence. Such a things we can't take as myself. In this manner, painful attention, you can see three characteristics through your breath, through your inhalation and exhalation. Painful attention to your inhalation and exhalation. Let us practice mindfulness of breathing meditation. Take your time and practice. Whenever you notice the mind has lost its meditation object, come back and start again. Breathe in, breathe out. Dukkhapattaca nidukkha, bhayapattaca nibbaya, sokapattaca nisoka, hontu sabbe pipaninu. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Then we can start our Dhamma sermon. As we know, we are in Dhammapada Verse, stanza number 3. In Dhammapada stanza 62. Putta matti dhanam matti iti balo vihanyati attahi attano natti kuto putto kuto dhanam. In this stanza, the Buddha is explaining about the concepts that we have generally in the society. We have a concept. The concept is Putta matti, I have children. Thinking thus, we can be happy. I have children. Yes, I'm happy. I'm proud because I have children. Putta matti. Dhanamatti. Also, I have wealth. Or I am the person who has such a things. And perhaps sometimes I'm one of the richest person in the city, in the country, in the continent, sometimes perhaps in the world. Putta matti, dhanamatti. Yes, I have children and I have wealth. The Buddha said, iti balo vihanyati. This is the thinking pattern that police has. This is kind of very uh, lion roar. The Buddha explained. Directly it says, Puttamati dhanamati. If someone thinking thus, yes, I have wealth and I have children, that is kind of police views, police thinking pattern. The Buddha said that. Why? Attayatano nato. Attayatano nato. Kuto butto kuto dana. Even you don't have your body. You have concept. This is my body, my eyes, my nose, my tongues. All these faculties belongs to me. These faculties are representing me. You have those thoughts, but you don't have anything because this I is not existing as you wish. This body is not living as you wish. It's changing and changing. Sometimes it gets sick. Sometimes you can't control this body. You can't do nothing with this body sometimes. So this is the nature of the body that we think, oh, this body belongs to me, this body, this is me, this is myself, this is mine. We have these concepts. Even though all these concepts and everything maintain in myself, and then someone's ready to think about others, oh, I have wealth and I have children too, but Buddha said, if you don't have yourself, then how you can think about your children and wealth? It is kind of foolish views that you have. We're not supposed to think in this manner. Why? Now you can think about yourself. Just think about your mother got sick. You don't like it. You're ready to do whatever you can do with your limitation. There are limits. Maintaining that limits and boundaries, you can do that. But can you get that sickness from mother to you or your father? No, you can't get that. Then, if your father or mother have that concept or have children, what they can do for them, they can do nothing. So that's why Buddha said, if you have that concepts in your mind, that views in your mind, I have wealth, I have children, that concepts, views are wrong views. That's why Buddha said it is foolish way to think. These kind of thinking patterns are foolish thinking patterns. Why? Our liberation belongs to us. We can't use someone else's liberation. Happiness remaining with us. We can create our own happiness. We can purify our mind ourselves. But if your father or mother has some kind of purification, so enlightenment, you can't get that. So the Buddha said, without wasting your time thinking of your wealth and children, you should try to develop your mind. This is the meaning of this stanza. And also there is another connection with these kind of thoughts, views. The connection is wrong view, michaditi, one is, and also there is another connection with sakkaya ditti, that is also part of wrong views. And also there is another connection with uchedavada. If you are thinking, yes, something is there, that is uchedavada, which not appreciated by, which is not appreciated by the Buddha. So we not supposed to have that kind of thoughts, because these thoughts are not helping us for our liberation, for our purification, for our practice to see the truth, to realize the truth. So mainly we should keep away these kind of concepts and thoughts from our mind for our own liberation, for our own satisfaction, to practice Dhamma, to apply right method and right concept. Because all these concepts are creating unwholesome, painful, sorrowful thoughts in our mind. Just think about, yes, I have my children. In generally, in mundane way, yes, we have children. But we're not supposed to keep that thoughts in our mind to develop our egoistic thoughts. Yes, you have children, you have to take care of them, you have to help them. Those duties and responsibilities you have to fulfill. There is no doubt with that. But don't develop your unwholesome thoughts because of them. Don't bias because of them. Don't waste your time that you can use to develop your insight for them. You have some obligations to take care of them. Just do it, fulfilling those obligations for them. You have to free from the thoughts, I have children, I have wealth. Keep away the thoughts from your mind. Liberated from that kind of attachment. Why? It is easy to practice Dhamma. Because when the time comes, when you are going from this life to another life, at the last moment, who can help you? Is there any way to get help from your wealth? Is there any way to get help from your children? No. So when you are leaving from this life, you are going with your wholesome and unwholesome thoughts. That's it. You can't carry any wealth from you, or you can't get any help from your children. We have to pay ourselves. Our responsibility is to develop our insight. When you are developing insight, you develop metta, you develop karuna, you develop all these mental purifications, and practicing with loving friendliness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. You can have very peaceful family system, because you are helping your children, and husband and wife can maintain very good relationship with each other. There are so many benefits, but you don't know, you're not supposed to pollute your mind thinking thus, I have children, I have wealth. This is the way that you use to pollute your mind, which we are not supposed to do that, because we know we should have very clean and clear mind, concentrated mind. Concentrated mind is the mind that we can get help to develop our wisdom. If we are not developing our wisdom, then there is no way to get rid of this suffering, sansaric suffering. There is no way to get rid of this sansaric journey, to break this circle. To break this circle, yes, we should gain our wisdom. To gain our wisdom, you should have free mind, peaceful mind, happy mind, full with wholesome thoughts. These are very important to develop ourselves. So thinking of, thinking of your children's and the wealth, you you are driving to wrong directions. So we're not supposed to do that, because this time period is very important for us to develop our insight. Being born as a human being, we have to use each and every moment to develop our insight, because we don't know what would be next. What would be next mean life after life. Now we have human life. So we have to use this human life to develop our insight. Only the human being can develop their insight. Only the human being have ability to develop their thinking pattern, thinking ability, which is very important. Other word is wisdom. To think, to develop wisdom, only the human beings have that opportunity to develop their wisdom. So we should use this opportunity to develop our mind without wasting, without polluting our mind, without driving into wrong direction, which is very important. That's why Buddha gave this wonderful stanza for us to keep in our mind and practice, having that knowledge and experience to use that opportunity to practice Dhamma. These stanza delivered by Buddha. There was an incident. That incident was when Buddha was dwelling in Savatthi, Anathapindika's temple. There was a person, his name was Anand. This is not Venerable Anand, the lay person, his name was Anand too. He was very stingy. He don't want to give any penny from his wealth. He want to collect money. One day he was advising to his son, he gave, dear son, you're not supposed to spend any penny from this wealth, because if you started to spend this money, money will disappear. It is happening, it's the nature. So try to collect as much as you can. Somehow that person, Ananda, died. But he forgot to tell his son where he hid some money. Those days they did not have bank system, but did some kind of different kind of ways to keep their money. Somehow he forgot to tell his son and in his last moment where money was. He died and he born in a very poor family. When that when he consumed in a poor village in a womb of the lady, that lady was very poor and they live with begging. They go here and there to beg things, and then this is the way how they live. Somehow, when she consumed, the baby consumed, after that, they did not get much supports from their groups. Somehow, the group decided to uh, fire that lady from the group, pregnant lady. She went away from the group and then she started to live separate, alone. And when she, that after few months later, she got baby, born this baby, and she went uh, find some food and things with this little baby. She did not get much support either. When this baby started to walk, and that baby was very ugly, no one liked to see, no one liked to talk to or touch this baby, that much ugly baby. Somehow, one day, that baby went to his previous place without knowing. Buddha was having arms round in that particular area, seen that beggar, young boy. Buddha was telling to the monks that beggar was the owner of this house. Now he is going there to begin something from that house owner. House owner is not someone, his own son in his previous life. So that son, he did not want to give anything for that beggar. Then he did not allow to that little one to come to inside them. Somehow Buddha seen all these pictures, then Buddha approached to that young one, and then the householder, Buddha said, he is not someone. He was your previous father. He is who was your previous father. Invite him, give something for him. He got upset, and then he was arguing with Buddha, was asking how you can prove that. Then Buddha said, okay. Buddha talked to that little beggar and then asked, do you know any hidden wealth that you were not able to tell to your previous son? Then that little beggar was able to show hidden wealth where he had hidden, and then showing all these things, then that young person, young household man realized the Buddha's uh, uh, ability, and then he developed his faith to Buddha, and then he started to practice, to follow the Buddha's guidance, practice Buddhism. This is the time the Buddha gave this stanza, delivered this stanza. Just think about it. That beggar was the previous owner of that house. He went to that place to get something from them, but they were not happy. They were not ready to give anything for that young guy, little one. This is samsaric journey. This is the nature of samsara. Perhaps you might think, okay, this is this kind of stories, created these stories. Who don't know? Who knows? How we can say exactly that person, and we had that kind of life stories and lifestyle. But this is the nature of this samsara. We don't know about our previous lives. but there were so many lifetimes. We can't say, no one can say, he and she does not have any connection with me. Someone can say, okay, I am not having any connection in this sansaric journey with you or anyone else. No one can say that. That much long, deep sansara is that much long. Even we can't see the beginning and the end. This is the nature of the sansara. So having that knowledge about the sansara, we have to get some fear. How would be our next life? If I get a birth in a low level realm like hell, how I can get rid of that hell? We have to have that fear. That fear not to blind, faith blind. That fear we should get to develop our courage and energy to practice Dhamma. This is the meaning. So we should have that thoughts in our mind to practice this Dhamma, apply this Dhamma to our day-to-day life, which is very important. Keep in your mind all the time. No one can support us to develop our insight. I can just teach, I can just show the path, but applying this method, purifying or not, that is your duty and responsibility. Even myself, I had teachers, I have teachers to guide me, to help me, to teach me, but they can only show the path for me. I have to do things for my own liberation. This is very important. So keep in your mind, we are alone in this world. How many people surrounding you now does not matter. No one can help you to develop your insight, develop your uh, to get your own liberation. So use this opportunity. Now we can do something. Now we can see things very clearly. We can understand things very clearly. We can practice very clearly. So use this opportunity to develop our insight for our own liberation, for our purification. Using this opportunity, we can be useful person without wasting our time, without wasting this life, particularly this human life. Most of them being born as a human beings, but they are not using this humanity, these opportunities to live as a human beings. This is the way how we waste our humanity and human life. We're not supposed to waste, lose any of human qualities and opportunities to develop our humanity. This is very important things that we should keep in our mind. Now you can see around the world what is happening. If they are not Dhamma, they can't be happy. Happiness comes through the Dhamma. Dhamma is universal. It not belongs to any particular group of people or any teachings. It is universal. So we have to find the way how we can develop our happiness in right way with wholesome thoughts. Wholesome thoughts are very important. Wholesome activities are very important to be happy, to develop our happiness. So keeping this thing in your mind, let us practice this Dhamma for our own liberation. No one can help us for our liberation to end this sansaric journey, end this suffering. No one can help. Even our wealth can't use, wealth can't get, we can't get support from the wealth if we are weak. So be an energetic person and use your wealth in right way and use that wealth benefits for yourself and others. This is the way how we can use these opportunities. I think that would be enough for today. Let us continue this Dhamma sermon tomorrow. Thank you very much for your participation. Let us share merits with others. First of all, think about our departed relatives, friends, family members, and pets who departed name of us. By the power of these metta thoughts and the merits that we accumulated, May they be well, happy, and peaceful. May they have peaceful, happy life. May they be able to attain ultimate bliss of Nibbana. Having that aspiration, say, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Whoever is affected by COVID-19 and any other sicknesses, by the power of this metta and our merits, sharing these merits, make blessings upon them, saying, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. May they be able to get rid of their suffering and pain, having that aspiration, say, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. All your wishes come true. Finally, may we all be able to attain ultimate bliss of Nibbana, having that aspiration, say, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. By means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the foolish, may I join always with the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering, may the fear struck be free from fear, may the grieving be free from grief, so too may all beings be. From the highest realms of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you. Good night to West. Have a wonderful day to East. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Bante. Good night, Brian.
Good night,
Good
Bante.
night, Bante.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bante.
Bante.
Good night, Brian. Good night,
Thank you,
Bante.
Bante and
Bante,
Ram.
thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.